I'm Dr. Hassaan, and I'm here with an amazing topic, how to write a book chapter. How to write a book chapter. If you are an academic, if you are a teacher, a clinician, or a student, and have been given a responsibility of writing a book chapter, or you just write it for hobby, or you want to write it for promotions, whatever the reason is, if you are in this kind of situation where you have to now write a book chapter, then this video is for you. You will learn how you should write a book chapter. So what do? Contact the editor first. That's the first thing first you need to do. Contact the editor and ask the editor, what is the goal of the book? What are they trying to accomplish? You need clarity. If you know why the book is written, it will change your whole perspective and it will be visible in your chapter. If you don't know the goal, you will not be able to produce a wonderful chapter. The second thing that you need to do is ask the editor, who are the readers? Who are they writing the book for? This is a very important question. If you know who your readers are, and if you know who your target audience or your target customer, whatever you want to call it, if you know them, you will be able to produce a very, very good chapter. Otherwise, you will not have clarity. And you will go here and there. You don't know if you're talking to the doctors, if you're talking to a student, if you're talking to patients. That's why it is very important. If this book is an academic book, that's number one. What is the goal? Are you trying to educate people or trying to solve a problem? Are you writing it for patients? Are you writing it for doctors? Are you writing it for teachers? The whole perspective will change. And if you know this, then it will reflect in your chapter. When you write your chapter, this will be reflected in your chapter. So that's number one. Once you have contacted them, also contact them and ask them about this. Do they have any possible outlines for the chapter? It will make your work really, really easy if they have the outline. Outline means the plan with the headings. How many headings, how many sections your chapter will have. If they do, that's wonderful. You are lucky. If they don't, now you create an outline. Yes, you create an outline. So how do you create an outline? What is the outline? Outline is the plan. So you have a written plan now. Now you have your written plan. Once you have your written plan, what do you include in that? The possible headings. Abstract, introduction, and then the body, and then the conclusion. And then you also will have the goal of how many pages your chapter should have, how many words your chapter should have, how many references does your chapter have, and how many tables and figures would you keep. Now, regarding the length of the chapter, who will be the best person to answer this question? Of course, the editor. Ask the editor first that what are the goals, how big of a chapter they want. If they do have a number, that's wonderful. Now you already know this. If they don't have a number, they say it's up to you, then 3,000 to 4,000 words. Make it a rule. If you have a number by the editor, the number of words and number of pages, number of paragraphs, that's wonderful. If you don't, then use a 3,000 to 4,000 words approach and divide it accordingly. It's automatically, you can see how many pages it will take. So you follow that. Now, you begin writing. But before writing, remember a chapter is divided into three parts. Introduction, the body, the conclusion. Introduction is the background. So you write down your background. And how to write the introduction section of a book chapter is quite similar to the introduction section of a research article. So not too different. So go watch my video on introduction writing, on how to write the introduction section, and you will get an idea how the introduction section is written. It's quite similar. Now, what will be the difference? There will be no research question per se in your book chapter, possibly. So you will just mention the reason of writing the book chapter, a big why. What are you trying to explore? And first paragraph, you start with the statistical facts, some kind of numbers, some history, some background, and maybe a story or a quotation. This is the best way to start a chapter in the first paragraph. Once you have it, now you jump to the second paragraph. Second and third paragraph can be your literature review. Previous papers, previous material, previous chapters. You collect some information from previously published sources and now you shape it to give an idea to the reader that what has already been done. What do they already know? What do you already know? And now you are exploring this particular aspect of the chapter. Now the next paragraph will be why you are writing a chapter. Let's say your chapter is about the difficulties faced by cancer patients in the US. So you will first mention in the first paragraph how many people are affected by cancer each year. Some numbers, some statistics, maybe a quotation of a scientist about cancer, about a doctor's statement about cancer, or a story of a patient, somebody you know, or a story you heard before. You mention that as a first paragraph. That's a very good way to start. Now the second paragraph, you get some information on cancer. What is already known, a couple of paragraphs, maybe one paragraph. Then the next paragraph is the reason of writing this chapter. Now you are exploring what are the current difficulties in 2021 faced by the patients, cancer patients in the US. Now you have a very good plan of the introduction section. Now you do the transition to the next part, that is the body. But before that, make sure you also have references. If it's an academic book, yes, you do need references. Now you have references ready. How many references? 8 to 15 references is enough. 8 to 20 references is also good. But 8 to 15, that's what I always recommend to all the students. 8 to 15 references. It looks reasonable. Now, you have 3 to 4 paragraphs. Maybe can you have more paragraphs in introduction section? Absolutely. Do you need tables and figures in introduction? You don't need to, but you can have it. There is no rule that says that you cannot have it. So once you have it, now you jump to the body. Now body will have the headings you decided in the outline, remember? Now your heading, first heading, the brain cancer patients, the brain tumor. Then you can say lung cancer. Then you can say breast cancer. Then you can say endocrinological cancers, kidney cancers, and you can have multiple headings of different kinds of cancers and maybe subheadings, and now you start filling them out. But how do you fill them out? You get information from previously published sources and you give references, but don't copy paste. Remember, this is plagiarism. We discussed that in the plagiarism video, so stay away from plagiarism, and give your ideas and thoughts in each paragraph, in each heading. Each heading can have 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs as you like it, depending upon the length of your paper, of your chapter. So its chapter is not different from a traditional review. Remember, it's written in the exact same way. So once you have this, now bring your tables and figures. Some headings will have tables and figures, some will not. Try to make your own tables and figures, but if you're using somebody else's tables and figures, seek permission, give a reference. And don't use anyone's tables and figures without their permission. If you cannot find permission, then modify the picture, but still give a reference. If you cannot find the author, then this is how you do it. We have discussed that in the plagiarism video. So now once your body is done, now jump to the conclusion, and you end it. Conclusion is the lesson learned. You end it. No references needed. No new information needed in the references and in the conclusion section. Sorry, in the conclusion section, no new references needed. And then the last part is the reference section. Once that is done, now is your chapter done? No, the chapter is not done, because now you jump to the abstract. Remember, the abstract is still left. Now, once you have written the whole chapter, the abstract will be your summary. So write down the summary of the book chapter, maybe reduce it to 20% or 30%, and write it down, and also give some keywords, because the book editors will need the keywords for the abstract once that is written. And remember, no references needed in the abstract. We have discussed that before as well. So once you are done with that, you have your chapter ready. Now do the proofreading and editing. Make sure there are no grammatical and spelling errors. Once you have checked it, now check it on a software like Grammarly or Turnitin. Once you use those softwares, paid subscription, you now have an idea what are the mistakes. Once you have done the double editing, checking, if you still feel your chapter has some errors, then go and seek help from a professional proofreader, a freelancer. Let them do the editing. Once that is done, and now send it to the editor. Once your book chapter is done, you send it to the main editor. Now let them see it, and they will get back to you. If your abstract is too long for them, they will let you know. If it's too short for them, they will let you know. If your chapter is too long for them, they will let you know. If your chapter is too short for them, they will let you know. They will look at the size of the paragraph, everything. If there is something that needs to be added, they will let you know. If there's something that needs to be removed, so they will let you know. So remember, once you're done with your first draft and you send it to the editor, you are not done yet. It's a long journey. It's an ongoing process, back and forth. They will send it back to you. You do the corrections. Then you do the editing once again. Check the software. Check from the software and probably the professional editor, and send it back to them. Then they will send back to you 3-4 times, and then your chapter will be in the final shape. Once your chapter is done, now submit it for editing. And also, always check for plagiarism. Make sure there is no plagiarism. Once that is done, it is submitted to the editor. Now celebrate and enjoy, and your chapter is done. So congratulations on completing this video, and watch the video again, take notes, and start working on your book chapter. See you in the next video.